What is up, everybody? After a Steeler win, I'm here with Sean after a big win down in Atlanta as the Steelers sneak by with a dub. What is up, Sean, after that win?
What is up, Jason and Mike Drop Sports? Man, thank you so much for having me after this game. It was really awesome to see them come out and squeak out a win, brother. Oh, I'm so pumped up right now.
Yeah, Chris Boswell, the story, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
considering what was that, 6 field goal, Sean? Um, we're just getting everything brought up here, guys, trying our best here as we move through. But Chris Boswell, uh, actually out there punting. Man, what a devastating injury, Sean. Before we even move on to anything else, what a devastating injury to Cameron Johnston, the Pittsburgh Steelers punter. I'm anxious to find out the extent of that injury here as we push through the week. I'm sure we'll get more news on that from Mike
It,
Tomlin and all that. But man, that's a bad one.
man, it did not look good. It looked really bad from when I was sitting there and I watched it. I saw that knee bend backwards and I just thought, shit, here we go
Yeah.
again. But hopefully it's not as bad as what it looked like, but it did not look good.
Amen, man. It was, yeah, and I don't understand how in that play sequence. I understand where you had Miles Killebrew blocking the defender, but he rolled up into him. I thought for sure that that was going to be a roughing the kicker, a automatic first down variety. Instead, it was a hold on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Guys, we're going to dive into the chat here in a second, but um, overall the officiating, Sean, and we don't really complain about it. We just kind of say it is what it is. We've done that now for about a year. We've said that. Just it sucks. It is what it is. But I thought it was bad today, man. And crucial moments bad. What do
Bro,
you think? Just gut check here.
bro, it was bad. Like you say, it was. I still don't understand how that they didn't get penalized for hurting our punter. Like he rolled up into his leg as it was planting. That's exactly what you're not supposed to do under any circumstances. Yet it happened, and then there's Pittsburgh getting penalized for it. I'm still kind of flabbergasted by that. And yeah, the flags were flying all over the place in the second half, bro. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and key pivotal moments, it kept feeling like the Pittsburgh Steelers. That one call where George Pickens got called for a push off with a big pass play down the field. That
Yeah.
was the worst offensive pass interference call that I'd seen. He didn't even extend, he barely moved his arms, and it was more of a upward. If you aren't watching it in slow motion, it's more of a hey, he went up to go get it, and his arms just went like it was not bad. It was I've seen bad pass interference calls on offense, and that one
Yeah.
takes the cake for me, dude.
Yeah.
Woo.
Man, and everybody keep in mind, like when you watch the replay of his little hand, like barely touching him and not even fully extending out, like that's in slow motion. Like these guys are running full speed down the field, like it's
Mm-hmm.
slight contact, like it happened for a split second, and they make it seem all dramatic. Like, bro, you got to let these guys play. And I feel like that was a little dramatic, and they want to throw the flag on Pickens for that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that one was not good. But yeah, guys, we're gonna dive into the chat here. The Pittsburgh Steelers win 18-10, go 1-0 on the season, sneaking a win out down in Atlanta despite the referees. And in my opinion, which may be unpopular to some, is I thought Justin Fields was not good. And there's several reasons why I say that, and we will dive into that. And I'm sure Sean will have his comments on there also. Let me catch up in the chat with some of the people here, Sean, before we push forward. Tom Ford, I'm glad the Steelers pulled out a win, but was it me or were the Atlanta refs giving them fouls for every little thing? I started thinking they were making up fouls. Yeah, I agree. Brian Hanford, here we go. Steelers big win. Offensive line looks better than expected. Justin Fields handled business. I like it. Just seemed nervous early, but settled down. The intentional runs were nice to see, I promise. Promise, Rich Kuzma, what's up? John Broadway talking about the referees are blind. Yes, Tom, penalties. That's from Brian. Oscar, what's up? Yes, that was the most Steelers game ever. Absolutely. Big Brent. Did your guys win, Brent? I was kind of paying attention there. John Broadway offsides on Falcons defense helmet get ripped off. Yeah, no doubt, man. It's crazy. What's up, Mark Malone? Brian says, for some reason, the lack of TDs doesn't bother me. I feel like they'll figure it out. A little different feel than with Kenny. Take it easy, Brent, if the black and gold time Steelers. Yeah. But yeah, dude. I got to say this, Sean, before we move forward, guys. And you can, again, put your stuff in the comments, questions, and concerns in the chat box there. We'll get to them as best we can here through the live show. But, Sean, story of the day today, Pittsburgh Steelers defense, awesome. They got it done. Now, they had some mishaps. The blown coverage by Beanie Bishop on the touchdown, that was a rookie mistake. We can live with that here and there because he is a rookie. It is what it is. But the big interception at the end of the game by Dante Jackson, the big interception by Deshaun Elliott, TJ Watt coming out playing out of his mind. I thought Cameron Hayward, Keanu Benton played nice games. I thought overall, defensively, really nice ball game. Offensively, though, Sean, in my eyes, I thought could have been a lot better. And I want to know what you thought of Justin Fields' performance before we move forward. We're going to talk about that first. I think it needs to be focused on your thoughts on Justin Fields just initially here after the game and what you think he can improve on or he did well today even.
First and foremost, I mean, it's all about fumbling the ball. You got to stop fumbling the ball when it's snapped to you. Like, that's a big problem. He was doing it in the preseason. He was doing it in Chicago, and he's doing it now. And it's obviously a problem, and it should be addressed immediately. But that's all we got right now, right, is Fields because Wilson and his injury. But Wilson, I mean, Fields, yeah, he was also, he didn't look comfortable in the pocket. He wasn't going through his reads. That's one thing I noticed. He looks down the receiver that the ball's going to, and he doesn't make any other reads. So he's giving away the play in my eyes. And even when it's like time to hand the ball off, he's not like looking down the field and then handing the ball off. He literally turns and looks at the running back and hands him the ball. And I think that's something that they should address. So I think that Fields, he didn't play all that well, and there's a lot of room for improvement. And I hope that they can address these things soon.
Yeah, and the anticipation, Sean, I thought was absolutely garbage. That's why you're not seeing some of those balls when he is taking those sacks. Some of those aren't on the offensive line, man. Some of those are on Fields not able to process the field correctly, not able to process where his receivers are going to be, anticipate. And we've said it all off season. And nobody, well, a lot of people do, but there's a group of the fan base that does not want to see that. And you saw it on display today. And there are plays that could be had, but you're not getting them because you're not getting that progression. You're not getting that anticipation, man. And I thought that was a definite freaking problem, dude. Definitely.
Yeah,
Just makes
and
you pissed.
And you can see like he has time today. He had the time to go through his reads, and he didn't. He wasn't going through all of his reads. So I mean, like Jason says, like yeah, dude, there could have been big plays that could have been made if he would have went through all of his reads. So hopefully they can address that, bro, and they get after that like stat sooner than already there.
Yeah, and even if it's not, I thought he was trying to get through them, but he wasn't anticipating where guys were going to be, and you have to throw them open, man. You got to do that when you get that drop back and you're back there dancing around for a 3-1,000 count. You got to deliver the football, man. And a lot of those plays that were being run, Sean, were designed passes that when you hit that back foot, you have to have confidence in your anticipation and your field vision and your processing in order to deliver that football. And I didn't see that from Justin Fields at all, dude.
No way. No, you're right. Not at all, bro. I didn't see that either. There was no confidence in that, and I don't think that they had very much confidence in the play calling either from when it came to throwing the ball down the field. Although I did see a few plays where he did throw the ball down the field, and they were good throws. They were there. Good job on that. But, man, we need to see consistency.
That's it. Exactly what you're saying. Consistency. And I understand it was week one. I understand it was Justin Fields. I understand that, he did some things well, which he did. And I'm not discounting some of the things that he did well. But there were instances too, Sean, when I don't know what kind of liberty they gave him, in terms of checking in and out of plays and getting out of different looks, and changing things up because there were instances there that I thought that he could have checked into a different play call and made things work instead of, maybe running into a front that you don't necessarily find favorable for the offense when you're running into it. I thought that there were opportunities there that were missed. Do you think maybe him being put in last minute today caused that to where they weren't comfortable with him being able to go through all this shit to where maybe that held him back a little bit?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, I think absolutely that could be it. I mean, they probably didn't tell. They probably told him, "You got to play. This is what you're going to call, and this is what you're going to do on this play, and you're not changing nothing because you're unproven." And I think even if he did recognize it, he probably wasn't allowed to. And um,
Maybe.
it could have been. But I also got to say that Arthur Smith, he called a pretty damn good game today, and I'm pretty proud of him. And
Mm,
my hat's off to him for going back in there and sticking it to the man that just fired him. Like, way to
yeah.
go in there and play a good game. Good
Yeah.
job.
I mean, I take dubs however you get them. Win's a win. I get that, and I'm cool with it, man. But yes, Arthur Smith, I thought, was attacking it with what he had to do. That was the most Steeler-like win, though, with how they've played football here the last 3 years as you could possibly get, man, honestly. How many times now has that been Boswell we've seen put up a gazillion freaking points by him damn self? That's crazy to me, man. Crazy.
Man, all I gotta say is I'm stoked he's on our team. Boswell is such a great kicker, and he's setting NFL records. And man, the
Yeah.
guy's hitting them from 57 yards out and consistently
Yeah.
57, 56, 51, a
Yep.
couple of 40-yarders. The guy's
The
perfect today.
balls.
The Wizard of Boz strikes again, and I
Yeah.
might just have. I was telling Jason before the show and texting that I might just have to get me a Boswell jersey. The guy's
Yeah.
clutch.
Might as well too, man. That's the guy. That's the guy. That's the offense for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. What's up, David Henneke? John Broadway, Boswell strikes 18 points. The only offense, second time for him. Yeah, we saw that happen before in the playoffs when they went into Kansas City and snuck out a win. Chris Boswell putting up an immense amount of points for a kicker. So yeah, Rich Kuzma, deja vu all over again with Justin. Looked like Kenny. No TDs, same stats. Yeah, absolutely. Let's dive into some of these stats here real quick for your Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. But first, guys, we're about 13 minutes into the show, so make sure you're hitting the shit out of that like button. Share the show, all that good stuff. We'll try to get into the chat as much as humanly possible. We will get that all done. Here we go, guys. Justin Fields, 17 to 23, 156 yards against Kirk Cousins, Sean. 16 to 26 there, 155, but a tutty and 2 interceptions. That was really the tale of the day, guys. Interceptions, forced fumbles. The defense would have had a little bit more if they would have not got some calls that went against them. Najee Harris, a typical Najee Harris performance, if you ask me, Sean. Harris, 20 carries. 70 yards. It is what it is. George Pickens, six catches for 85 yards. But basically, I felt like they didn't spread it around a lot. I feel like they had used the tight ends at times, but needed to get there maybe a little bit more. What do you think of the tight end play today? That usage there. And in my eyes, I think they could really expand on that and use it a great deal to their advantage. But overall, tight end performance, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it was good to see Darnell Washington catch a pass out there and make a play. I think they can. I would like to see him utilize the tight ends a little bit more throughout their play calling, but I feel like they're underutilized. Oh, thank you. Um, sorry, but I feel like they're a little bit underutilized, and it was good to see Darnell. But I want to see Pat Fryermuth with maybe 5, 6 catches a game, bro. And how many?
Yeah.
I don't think he had that many today. And Darnell got his one that I saw. Maybe he had another one. 4. He had 4 catches today. That's awesome. But I want to see Fryermuth used a little bit more, bro. I really do.
Yeah. Me too, man. They spread it around a little bit here and there, but you had guys, Calvin Austin, 1 catch. Darnell Washington, 1 catch. Van Jefferson, 1 catch. McCole Pruitt, 1 catch. Jalen Warren, 2 catches. Najee Harris, 1 catch. Pat Fryermuth, 4, and George Pickens, 6. You had
Wow.
Justin Fields run the football, well, considered running the football 14 times in this game for 54 yards. Jalen Warren only had 2 carries on the whole day. I know he's been hampered by a hamstring here, Sean, a little bit, but
Yeah.
man, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of room to grow there. Yeah, John Cutthroat puts Canada called a great game today.
Yeah, I agree.
No doubt, man. Sorry, guys, the chat was moving on me. So if I missed your chat, make sure you can put it back in. Thomas Breeze on the bright side, O line provided good pass protection and defense met expectation. Russ would have been great with that protection. I got to say this with Thomas's comment here. I got to agree. I think Russell Wilson would have probably actually done a little bit better today. What would you think Russell Wilson would have had a lot better day, and maybe this score would have been a little bit more in the Steelers' favor had a guy like Russell Wilson that maybe has some more anticipation, experience than Justin Fields. Maybe that would have been better for the Steelers offensively.
I do. I feel like Russell Wilson has a lot more confidence in the pocket, and he brings a lot more experience to the field and that position. And yeah, absolutely, it would have been a whole nother different outcome. I think the Steelers would have had that 24 points or more. And the fact that we got 18 off Boswell is freaking badass. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely, Russell Wilson would bring a whole nother element to the game.
yeah.
Like I say, Fields came out there stumbling, bro. Like on the first drive, 2 fumbled snaps, you guys. That is a
Mm.
huge problem to me. And I don't think Russell Wilson would come out and start the game out like that. That's just my own
No,
humble opinion.
no, I don't either, man. Tom Ford said, "Boy, we could have really used Ayuk if that's the way games are going to play out. I think Russell Wilson will start soon." I don't know if it was the receivers, to be honest, John. I just think it was the selection, the knowledge, the processing, the ability of the quarterback. Now, did Justin have good moments to where you thought, yeah, okay, he could maybe do some things? Yeah, but overall performance, guys, we have to be truthful. He
Yeah,
didn't play well, man. And people can call it a solid performance all they want. But like Sean pointed out in the beginning, consistency matters. Not fumbling the football matters. Being able to do some of the things that NFL quarterbacks are expected to do freaking matters, bro.
yeah, yeah. Walk up to the line of scrimmage, recognize the defense, call a cadence, change a play, and do anything you can to help your offense put some points on the board, which is they didn't do tonight. We didn't have a single damn touchdown from our offense. That all came from special teams and Boswell, and I have a problem with that.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Atlanta has a nice defense. They really do, and I'm not discounting them. I think they have a nice offense also. It's not bad, especially with the adjustments they've made here since Arthur Smith actually got fired and things of that nature. I think that they've got better at the quarterback position. They've gotten they have high caliber players there, so they're not slouches on offense or defense. So it was
Right.
definitely a good win. We'll give them credit where credit is due, but definitely a lot to work on here. What's up, Miss Pittsburgh? One hell of a freaking game. Let's go, Steelers. Charles B, hello, Falcons fan in here. That's a good win for your Steelers. Yeah, one good thing for Falcons fans that I could give you this. The Falcons have the making of some foundational pieces, or a making of a
Yeah.
football team with some foundational pieces put in place, man. I feel like they could be a nice squad here moving forward, definitely.
Oh, they're a good
For sure.
squad for sure, bro. Like they got all pro players on their offense and their defense. They actually have one of the top paid offensive linemen in the whole NFL. Like these guys are no slouches, and for the Steelers to go out there and get a win is saying something. And to do it with the second string Justin Fields and a banged up offensive line before the season even started is a big statement. I think the Steelers are gonna, they can really do some damage this year. They just got to get healthy and let everybody gel.
Yeah, that's it. And what do you think about the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers? I thought there was a lot of room for improvement. I thought James Daniels wasn't spectacular. I thought the rookie Spencer Anderson played pretty decent. I thought Zach Frazier played pretty well. Dan Moore Jr. I thought played pretty well. I didn't think it was as bad as I thought it was going to be with the people that they had to put in place. What do you think about that offensive line's performance today?
Honestly, I thought they were going to do worse than what they did today because that defensive line in Atlanta is no joke. And the simple fact that they were out there, they were able to go out there and provide a little bit of protection and open up a few holes for a couple of good runs said something to me, you know. And this is with the banged up offensive line, like I said, and a second string quarterback under the helm. So I think they did pretty good, but they also, of course, have a ton of room for improvement. Like there was also a lot of there was a lot of pressure on the quarterback. There wasn't much room a lot of times for the running backs to get an open hole and make a good run. I saw a lot of plays go for a loss. So yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement, of course. But man, given the circumstances, I'm kind of impressed.
Yeah, 267 total yards for the Steelers today. That's 133 passing yards isn't going to win championships in this league. I can tell you that now.
Right.
So that's got to be better. 17 first downs. The Steelers only converted 8 of 16 third down opportunities. That still is an issue and a topic of concern for the Steelers. 0 for 2 on fourth downs, which is a troublesome stat also. They ran 66 total plays. They allowed 2 sacks, 3 punts for the Steelers today, 9 penalties for 60 yards on the Steelers,
Ooh.
5 penalties for 34 yards on the Atlanta Falcons. No turnovers, man. That was the big one. And what wins games in the NFL, Sean? The thing we've been preaching about the most and why I think the defense actually was successful was the time of possession. 35 minutes and 36 seconds for the Steelers, 24 minutes, 24 seconds for the Atlanta Falcons. That's how you have to win ball games right now as the Steelers are constructed. Do you think they did a good job in that category, controlling the time of possession? And do you think the offense can get better with what stats I just read off there? Do you have high hopes for it moving forward?
I have high hopes, and I do feel like they can get better. Um, I think they did a pretty good job. Like I said, given the circumstances, the offensive line went out there. You got young guys, and you're going up against a very good defensive line. So for them to go out there and just give just enough to get a win is basically what happened today. Um, was enough for me, and they better make improvements for sure moving into week 2, and hopefully what happened today was enough to give them a lot of tape to watch and learn from, because as you say, there's a ton of room for improvement, and there was a lot of mistakes made today. And if they can tighten those up a little bit, the Steelers are going to be pretty hard to beat, even with what they have right now with the second string quarterback. Also given they got to figure out a way to put the ball in the damn end zone.
Yeah, push that ball down the field, no doubt. Erwin Curtis, my grandma could play better than Justin Fields. Hello. Yeah, that seems right. And then Brian says, yeah, but your grandma likes Nickelback.
Hey, I love it. Pun. I love puns, man. Good job.
Nice. Sorry, guys, my chat's jumping around. If I miss you, I apologize. This is just our post game show. We'll try to get at everybody's comments the best as I can. I'm not going to sit here, though, and scroll up here. I got to do it off my computer. It makes it easier for me. Wave those terrible towels for Miss Pittsburgh. Tom Ford, although our $2 million quarterback kept up with their $130 million quarterback. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
I'll say that. I wouldn't say kept up. I would say did what it was necessary. It is what it is, because Justin did do a good job of not turning the football over. Almost did a couple of times, but it was better than I would have maybe expected from Justin Fields, being an absolute turnover monster that he is. So yeah, that helps. Let's slide out of this offense real quick, Sean, and talk about TJ Watt. Dude, if you can't say as an NFL fan, a football fan in general, that TJ Watt is not a human, that he is the best player in the NFL, if you can't admit that defensively, you don't know football and you shouldn't watch anymore. Turn it off and don't comment, because TJ Watt is an absolute monster, bro.
Oh, dude, I can't. All I can do is agree with you on that one, dude. TJ Watt is a monster. He's the best player in the NFL. He should have got Defensive Player of the Year last year, and hopefully he gets it this year. He's the only player in defensive history to lead in sacks 3 years in a row. I mean, the guy's a legend in many
Mhm.
ways, and yeah, he's a future Hall of Famer. And we're watching greatness each and every time. And
Ooh.
I just also want to comment on that $130 million quarterback losing to Justin Fields is Kirk Cousins, right? And I just want to ask Kirk Cousins, do you like that? How do you like that?
I
You just
forgot
lost
he
it
said that.
at home, bro, to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the second string quarterback. Did you like that?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
okay,
it.
sorry.
I wonder what he said after today's game. But yeah, TJ Watt, man, the monster, dude. I cannot believe it when you said we are watching greatness. Guys, this is a generational talent that doesn't come around often. You were witnessing something in Pittsburgh that's absolutely special. And for him not to get to hoist the Lombardi trophy would be an absolute shit in his face, an absolute travesty that TJ Watt doesn't get that opportunity. And that's why I feel like the Steelers need to get this freaking offense going and stop pissing around with it and actually make some shit happen offensively because wasting guys' careers like a TJ Watt, Cameron Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick, not giving them opportunities to win championships is sickening to me, Sean. Absolutely sickening. Uh, get the damn offense moving, dude. Come on, bro.
No, you're right, bro. He deserves it. Like, I hope they can step up. And it's really disappointing to see them go out there and not put any points up as an offensive unit. To rely on the special teams and the defense to bail you out over and over is pathetic. And yeah, TJ Watt, he's a future Hall of Famer. He is greatness, and we're witnessing it. And I hope that he can get a little bit of help. He deserves to to see a little bit of success. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, the guy, he is success when it comes to playing the position. It'd be nice to give him a championship.
Something, man. Some playoff wins. Hell, that would be nice. The guy don't even have a damn playoff win on his resume. Like, what kind of shit is that? The last time I remember really seeing him in when they went into Kansas City with Big Ben to play in that playoff game, he started the Steelers off, like got him a touchdown. Like, what more can this guy do? Like, get this guy some damn help, bro. Like,
For
what the
real.
hell?
Yeah, he deserves it. And it's been years. You've had Pickett, you've had Trubisky, you had even Rudolph, like all these guys in there stepping in, and he's had no freaking help. And you know what? Big Ben at the end of his contract, like he just wasn't the Ben we all knew before. And
No.
poor TJ didn't get a chance to be a part of the great team that he once was a part of. And yeah, they haven't had shit at the quarterback position ever since Big Ben. And if they can't fix it with these two that they brought in this year, then what are we going to do? What's Pittsburgh going to do?
Back to the drawing board, man. But you can't keep leaving guys like TJ Watt out there to dry, man. I'd rather see him get traded off somewhere to go win a championship because I think it's a freaking spit in his face to not support him offensively. It's just ridiculous. And John Broadway brings up a good point. Why couldn't we use Washington in the red zone on that near goal line loss? That's the thing there, Sean, that I said that I thought was a big takeaway for me, not utilizing the tight ends inside of the red zone and really trying to match up and get those 50-50 balls for like a George Pickens, a Pat Fryermuth, a Darnell Washington. What about utilizing a Connor Hayward, getting those mismatches there? I just don't feel like their play calling was good enough by Arthur Smith inside of the red zone. Their very few trips or inside the 30 toward the end zone. I don't think any of that was good. I felt like once they got down to about the 30, 35-yard line, they started to stall out and stumble and couldn't find their footing in terms of play calls and things like that. And I think that really does boil down to Justin Fields not being able to make the proper calls and decisions and checks and all that shit. I think that that's the real issue, man. I really, really do. I think that was a problem. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I was wondering why they actually went to one of the biggest drives of the game and one of the biggest plays of the game. they went to a guy that hadn't been really producing much in the game, which is Van Jefferson, and I have high hopes for him this year to step up and make a name for himself. But they gave it to him, and he was unable to push the ball over 1 more yard to move the chains.
Yeah.
When you had Justin Fields and Najee Harris who kept moving the chains down after down, like they changed up as soon as they got within scoring distance, and when they
Yeah.
shouldn't have. And I don't, and that's where I was really started questioning Arthur Smith. Why did he
Yeah.
not go with the hot hand or the hot foot at that time, who was running the ball hard? All of a sudden,
Yeah.
like I say, it was just a change of pace, a change of game plan, and it backfired, and they never got into the end zone.
No,
So
I would have liked to seen him though throw some 50-50 balls or something. Like I mean, you weren't even seeing that down there. Nothing like that. I don't understand that, man. I don't get it, man. I don't get it at all. Tom Ford, and the only way Atlanta could beat TJ is to call BS fouls on him. I have to say this, dude. If you're watching these games, or well, you watch this game today, if you don't think TJ Watt's getting no calls, I don't know what you're doing watching, because that dude's getting choke slammed half the time by these players. Bear hug, choked out. Like, it's bad, bro. It is bad. And I'm not just saying that. It's bad. Turn on the tape. Slow it down. You could call a hold on TJ Watt every damn play, bro.
yeah, I mean, and they even ripped his helmet off at one point by grabbing him on the face mask, and that wasn't even called. There
No
was no
foul.
penalty. Yeah,
Nah.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, I saw Herbig. They were holding Herbig over and over. That guy is barely on the field, and they were out there holding him. No call on that one either. So, I
Yeah.
mean, as far as shit like that goes, I'm just flabbergasted. I have no answer for that, other than
No.
home field advantage. Maybe I don't know, but that was
I don't get it.
ridiculous.
I don't get it, man. No doubt, man. I have no clue. All right, guys, we're about 33 minutes into our Steelers live post game show. If you're not watching it now, you can watch it later here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm Jason. That's Sean. We are talking Steelers after a big win down in Atlanta, 18-10 over the Atlanta Falcons. Chris Boswell, the story, 18 points, 6 field goals for the Steelers. TJ Watt, absolutely dominating performance. The Steelers defense bails them out with a subpar performance from the Steelers offense. Yet again, something we are all used to here with the Pittsburgh Steelers over the last several seasons, man. And it is something that has to change. And hopefully they are moving in the right direction, but we soon shall see. So make sure you guys are hitting the shit out of that like button and sharing the show. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. We truly appreciate the support. Mark Collins, good afternoon. We need offensive line desperately. We don't have a receiver other than Pickens. That's a major problem. Our backs are getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. I thought the offensive line wasn't bad. I don't think that they were horrible. I think, yes, they could improve, but I wouldn't call it bad or horrible. Um, I just think literally some of the play calling, not being able to check in and out of plays, that's a problem. And I agree, Pickens was the only real receiver today. But there's
Yeah.
guys out there that are open, Sean, well, may not appear to be wide open, but they're not going to be in the NFL. And that's a Justin Fields problem too, man. You
Yeah.
got to throw those guys open. Isn't it amazing how everybody said Justin Fields should be the starter? And they'll say it now tomorrow. They'll say it today that he should just stay the starter. But how can you overlook some of these deficiencies and be comfortable with it? I just don't get it.
Like we were saying earlier in the show, he's not even going through his reads. He's going out there, he's snapping the ball, and he's staring down the receiver that he's supposed to throw the ball to, or he's looking right at the running back and handing him the ball. He's not going through his reads at all or looking off the defense. And that's a
No, he
problem to
don't
me,
look anybody
man.
off. No, he
Right.
don't look anybody off. Not one. Like, he does not have the ability that those elite quarterbacks have, to where you can stare off a safety, but know where you're going and be able to come back and get that coverage to roll a certain way. He doesn't have that ability, man. He does not. And yeah, you're right.
Okay.
It's not all on the quarterback facts. It's the offensive line, and we play calling no receivers, none of that other Pickens. Importantly, the freaking penalties. It was bad penalties. I agree with that, Mark. But it's not all on the quarterback. But we can't sit here and lie to ourselves that Justin Fields had some great game, because that's a lie, and that's an issue. And some guys might have some catches, Sean. might have some numbers. The offense might have scored some points if Justin Fields would have been an NFL level quarterback in the pocket, in the passing department, man. I think so.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the guy, like I said, he's not making his reads at all. He looks uncomfortable in the pocket. I even saw him tuck the ball like he was going to run, and then it's like he can see his mind change. Like, wait, I need to throw this ball, and he stops and he looks up the field and tries to throw the ball, but the play is already a bust because
Yeah.
he stutter stepped and thought his first instinct was to run, and that
Yeah.
is where that it'll bite you in the ass. In
And you
football,
can't take those sacks too, Sean. You can't
right?
stand there and hold it for 9 years.
Right. Staring down one receiver. Exactly.
Yeah. And it ain't even about maybe even going through the reads. It's about anticipation, dude. Know how to throw somebody open. You have to do that at the NFL level. If you can't do that, you can't be successful. That's period. There ain't no other way to slice it, man. If you cannot throw a guy open, if you cannot lead them to a catch, you're not an NFL quarterback. And we have to face that fact.
You're right. Fields is like a second string Lamar Jackson. You're good at running the ball, and you're just never going to be what it takes to win the big game. Because you can't anticipate the game, you can't anticipate the play, you can't throw the ball to get the receiver open. And it's been shown time and time again. This is not just me bashing somebody. This is from what I've been shown by Justin Fields and also Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, you got to be able to anticipate. You got to be able to read. You got to be able to process. You got to be able to do those things. You have to be able to pocket pass. If you can't pass from the pocket, I don't care what kind of a running back you are, you're not going to be able to be consistent and win championships. You're just not, dude. And I don't know. I'm just tired of the mediocrity on the offense. Not even mediocrity, Sean. It's been years. Let's start figuring this shit out. Do you have the real hope? After this game, do you think the Steelers can go into next week and score some points if they play Justin Fields? Do you think that what they put on tape today, you could chalk up to week one jitters, week one, hey, we're working out the quirks? Or do you think that this is a more deep problem here?
Man, I honestly feel like with what they went off of today should be enough for them to learn a little something and maybe put 7 to 14 points up offensively with your offensive unit next week, and hopefully you can get more help with special teams and defense. That's just my own opinion, but I fear that they cannot because they've had plenty of weeks to figure this out already. I haven't seen much of Russell Wilson out with the first team units through this whole damn process since he's been on the Steelers roster. So I don't really have anything to change my mind other than this is what it is right now. And until I see something else, we're looking at reality right now. That's that our offense isn't have enough firepower to put points on the board.
Yeah, and you can't win games like that week in and week out, man. No doubt about it.
Right.
All right, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button for us here on Steel City Live, our Steelers post-game show here live every single Steelers game. Next week, Sean, the Steelers will travel out and take on the Denver Broncos. I believe that is in Denver, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it might be. But anyway, we'll figure that out here in a second. But they are Steelers at the Broncos, yeah. So the Steelers going to take on the Broncos next week. They're tied 3-3 in the first quarter right now with Seattle. So that's going to be a big game. That's going to be a game in which the Steelers need to have too, man. And here's my thing, Sean, and I know it's early. You saw the Baltimore Ravens lose to the Chiefs. That's 0-1, man. The Steelers get that W. Every win here is going to be so important in this front half of the season. Do you like the way this division's already starting to get rolling with a Bengals loss? Did the Bengals lose today?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so with a Bengals loss, a Chiefs loss, or a Ravens loss, rather, we'll see what happens with the Browns here. They have a game too. I'm trying to see what their score is, but yeah, with how this is going, I think you got to have every one of them, man. And I kind of like it. I kind of like it so far.
It's everything that they said would not be, and that is beautiful to me.
Yeah,
This is just poetry in the making.
yeah.
The Ravens
Browns are
and the
down
Bengals,
7-3, 7-3.
see,
Sean.
and here the Steelers are putting up wins with Justin Fields, the second string quarterback, banged up offensive line, and a brand new offensive coordinator. This is just poetry, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Let's just
Amen. 1-0, and everybody else in the division got a big fat goose egg, bro. I love it. I love it. Well, we'll see what the Browns do, but the Ravens laid their egg because Lamar Jackson has 4 chances there late in the game and could have easily hit one of those receivers and won that game or tied that game, whatever the hell it was. But he sucked. We'll just say that. I thought he sucked in the final sequence of that game. And that's what I say about guys that aren't big game quarterbacks, man. He fits that mold. It is what it is. I get bashed for that, though. Everybody, he's so great. What has he won? What has he done?
nothing.
I don't even think the guy's won a Huggies diaper bowl, bro, or a KY jelly bowl. I mean, I don't even think he's won those.
I love it, and I'm not going to say anything further.
No. I mean, shit. He hasn't even won the KY Jelly Bowl, and we're crowning him as the NFL MVP every year and acting like he's so great. I don't know, man. Yeah, it is what it is. People just get grade everything off fantasy stats and
Yeah,
regular season. I gauge everything off championships and being elite in the real moments, man. That's what I
these
gauge.
these are the same people that think Miles Garrett is better than fucking TJ Watt. Oh, excuse my language,
You're all
but
right.
that's but
Yeah.
yeah.
What's up, Justin Meneke? Miss Pittsburgh said they were trying to cheat the Steelers down in Atlanta today. I can't argue with you on that one, Miss Pittsburgh. Yes, Justin, I'm happy for a Steelers win too. Mark Malone, this would be a good team if Tomlin would have kept Mason. Possibly, man. It's
Maybe.
I can't argue it. Justin has Kenny numbers. Yes. I
Yeah.
don't know, dude. If you were Mike Tomlin, wouldn't you start to get sick of sucking ass on offense? Wouldn't you
Bro,
get tired of it?
I mean, one thing Kenny did was he wasn't fumbling the ball the first, drive of the game 2 different times. I'll give Kenny that, even with the small little kitten mittens. But Justin Fields needs to stop fumbling the damn ball, like for real. I don't understand. This guy's a professional. He's supposed to be a professional NFL level quarterback who was drafted high for the Chicago Bears, and he's out there and he can't. He seems to have a fumbleitis problem, and it's not changed since he's been in Pittsburgh. So at what point do you just start the next guy?
Yeah. Uh, I don't know, dude. I don't know what the answer. Mark says that Russell and Justin are the same guy. They don't throw from the pocket, just like Lamar Jackson. Russell Wilson can throw from the pocket. He runs really well with the action game, which is a pocket pass, usually a fake drop back pass. That's a pocket pass. Yeah, I feel like Russell can get it done from the pocket at a way higher rate than Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson, in my opinion. But just my opinion. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But you don't win championships with a running back at quarterback. I'm sorry. It does not work. And
Uh,
nobody can say that it does because that has never been proven.
right. And it's hard to say that too because Russell Wilson, he's already won the big game. He's already got a Super Bowl ring. Like he does know how to stand in the pocket and deliver the ball. Because he was able to do that in the past. He went there, he did the big game, and he won it. So and he's a systematic quarterback, and he likes a run heavy offense with a good strong play action, and that's exactly what we want in Pittsburgh. And I feel like that could be a good fit. We just need to see him get on the field and stay healthy. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that better things will come when that happens. And Justin Fields, if you ask me, is not the answer. He's not. He's a great
No.
backup quarterback, though. I would love to have him for a backup.
Yeah, I'll keep him as that too. Panther Pride just one game. Y'all Y'all don't know who y'all's starting quarterback was going to be until this morning. I think they knew. We
You
didn't
know,
know. I didn't
we
know. I'm not part of the Steelers, so when you say y'all, I didn't know. They weren't telling us until today, but they knew who the hell was starting. Let's face the facts. Trust me, in a billions of dollars that are in this business, they knew who the hell was starting before this morning. I can almost guarantee that.
yeah.
That's definitely probably the case. I'm gonna stand up for a minute here. Let me adjust my screen. Mark Malone, yeah, clowns got to lose. Rich Kuzma, if I was Boswell's agent, I need to talk to somebody. Hey man, I need some bread, bro. I need new money. If I'm
Yeah,
Boz, I need new money. I gotta say
bro.
it. Hey, and he's better than Justin Tucker right now. Tucker's missed he's like 1 of 6 from 50. Plus, the Boz, he's just dropping them in from 57. Like it's like whatevs, dude. Like I
You
don't
read my
mind.
mind. I was literally just gonna say he's better than Justin Tucker right now. And Justin Tucker's one of the best ever in the NFL, like history. So we got the boss. We got the best kicker in the NFL. We can say that right now, you guys. We got the best field goal kicker in the NFL.
I think we do. I think Chris Boswell, yeah. And you can't have him out there punting. They'll have to figure that situation out pretty quick. I don't know if you
Yeah.
have your computer, Sean. I'm gonna try to look and see if I can find anything on Cam Johnston's injury. But we'll see what that was ruled right after the game here.
Yeah.
Hold on. Steelers. Let me see. Sorry. I'm trying to get it in there. Just in case. I don't know if anybody's seen anything. Fourth quarter, Johnson was run into by teammate Miles Killebrew. Johnson awkwardly kicking. We'll have to see. I don't see anything there. But that's going to be a problem, man. That's going to be a big problem. Dude, what do they do? That's the question. You got to bring some people in quick, man. What do you think after seeing that? Do you think it was going to be something long term? I didn't like it. I think it's going to be something that is going to be tough to rebound from.
They better not call Presley Harvin, bro. They better fucking
Oh,
not.
he's hurt. That's why he got cut too. I think he's hurt.
Bro, like from what I saw, it looked really bad, and yeah, they're gonna have to figure something out. But you know, we got rid of Presley Harvin. We finally got someone solid, and look what happens. Like this is really unfortunate. It's bad luck, and hopefully, it's not as bad as what it looked like. Like I said earlier.
Yeah. Oh, I think Tom, you were talking about Spencer Rattler from the New Orleans Saints. That's who he plays for. And unless you're talking about somebody else, I think there's another guy that played for Atlanta. I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name though. Shout out to your mom though, man. That's awesome. I love when moms are in the game, watching the game, man. I like it. Daniel James, I don't see Mike as a good coach, and he brings in I don't know what that was, but yeah, Daniel James saying that he's not a big Mike Tomlin fan here in terms of what was going on. I don't know how much that fell onto Mike today, but overall performance, Mike's always kind of shady in my eyes. I don't think he's a little shaky, but yeah, I don't think Mike Tomlin was horrible today. I think that it was average. What do you think about Tomlin's performance today?
Yeah, about average, same thing. You know, it was just the simple fact that the Steelers were able to go out there and get a W is enough for me right now. But they got a ton of room for improvement on so many different levels, and we got a long season ahead of us. So we'll see what happens here. And
Yeah,
yeah, I don't see it as a big loss. Good job today. Uh, well earned victory, and my hat's off.
no doubt, man. Tom Ford, Mike is used to being subpar, so bad weak offensive play doesn't phase him. Yeah, it's crazy. Jacob Young, did Justin play good enough to warrant the start over Russell, even if Russ gets healthy? That's a good question, Sean. I'm going to give my answer, and I think the answer is absolutely not. I don't think Justin Fields played well enough today that if Russell Wilson is healthy next week, that you start Justin Fields over Russell Wilson. That's just my opinion. I think Justin Fields has too much to improve on. The deficiencies are just too great, and I think you have to roll with the veteran if he's healthy.
Absolutely, bro. You know you're right. You can't have a quarterback out there who is not going through his reads and fumbling the ball from the center. So yeah, you got to give Russell the opportunity when he becomes healthy enough. We
Yeah.
deserve to see that. I deserve to see Russell Wilson. Even I don't want to
Ah,
be stuck with Justin Fields. Like us
yeah.
as Steelers nation, Steelers country, we deserve to see Russell Wilson and what he can provide. Like we
Let's
better not just
rock.
go with just Justin Fields and this non-scoring offensive unit that didn't put up any points today.
Yeah, Mark Collins brings up a good point. Boswell leads the NFL for kicking 50-yard field goals in NFL history. He leads. That's pretty cool statistic to have your kicker be able to hit those because you think about that, Sean. He misses a couple of those. This ball game's a hell of a lot different there, and it may not go the Steelers' way. You know what I mean? You miss a couple of those deep shots, man. That could have been game, set, match. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I was worried about that a couple of times too. It was pretty stressful. So thank God it didn't happen.
No doubt, man. Mark Collins, I bet they do call Harvin if healthy. Tomlin. I don't think he's healthy, Mark. That's what I think was one of the reasons he got tossed up out of the 49ers camp. He goes fourth down to damn much, take the damn points. Yes, ask Coach Tom, JJ Watt. Yeah, Mike, I don't know. I don't understand the play calling today, but I got to contribute some of that to Justin Fields' inability. That I really, really do, guys, and we have to take that into account. I think there was a New Orleans highlight, and they showed rookie quarterback Spencer Rattler. I knew he wasn't. Yeah, that's who I thought he played for was New Orleans. Tom. Yeah. Mark Collins, Coach Cower was with Coach Cower, Watt, Matt Ryan all said he should stay the starting quarterback for now. Yeah, I don't agree with them. I just don't. I think that if Russell Wilson's healthy, you start him. If not, you sit Justin Fields or you start Justin Fields. That's just where I'm at, man. Um, I don't know. I just feel like that's just my opinion, man. I just don't see a world, Sean, that you start Justin Fields over Russ with a performance like that. I just don't see what highlight brings you to start him. I don't see it.
I don't know. What did they see? I didn't see any touchdowns being thrown. I didn't see any touchdowns being ran in by our running backs. I didn't see any touchdowns at all by the offensive unit. So whatever they saw, I didn't see. I saw Boswell out there saving our offense along with our defense. And and the last I saw of Russell Wilson was a touchdown pass. And I don't know. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know.
I just don't know what he did so great in my eyes. I mean, very subpar, barely threw for any yards, like no touchdowns, no ability to throw people open, no ability to get through your progressions. Not good, dude. In my eyes, I just think there could be so much more there, man. So much more. I think though everybody has to take a little bit of blame today for the subpar performance on offense. Arthur Smith, Justin Fields, the offensive line,
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin. I think that this was a not just a one person failure or one group failure. I think it was an overall broad picture failure here, Sean, in my eyes. Don't you?
you know what? Yeah, I do. And you know what this leads me to think is let's not fall into this narrative this week that's what's going to happen. This just literally is coming to my mind. Justin Fields goes out and gets a win for the Steelers. Is he the next starting quarterback? No,
Oh,
he's not, you guys. Like, this is what Mike Drop Sports is here for, if you ask me. We're here to give you the damn real shit, real honest truth. Let's break it down. Let's get to the numbers. And there was no offensive points put up. Keep that in mind all week long. The offense did not produce today. So why should we be sold on Justin Fields? Don't
no.
fall for this crap you're about to hear all week long, you guys.
No. And two, it's not good for the football team to shove this competition down their throat, asking them every day at nauseum, do you think you should start? Do you think you should start? Do you think you should start? Come on, dude. It's like do better. It's just let it go, man. Until Justin Fields puts some performances together, puts some consistency together, shows you that he has the ability to throw from the pocket, anticipate wide receivers getting open, and deliver the football down the field on a consistent basis. I just don't think there is a question. That's just my opinion.
Right. I have to agree with you 100%.
John Broadway, question Mr. Tomlin. Do you realize that the fans are tired of your standards? And when answering, skip the dressing to your salad, your word salad. Yeah, I'm tired of it, no doubt. Armand Fields, a fashion trend like 1974 leisure suit. Team fell on most fronts. Fields ran on a Bubby Brister level. Yeah, no shit, dude. It wasn't good. All right, Sean, let's start wrapping it up here. We've been going 55 minutes. Guys, make sure you hit the like button before you leave, or however, we're going to start wrapping it up. Any final thoughts here, Sean, as we close up the first post-game show of the season?
Congratulations, Arthur Smith. Way to go out there and stick it to the man. Congratulations, Pittsburgh Steelers, to go out there and start your season off against adversary with second string
Adversary.
quarterback. Adversary, sorry, thank you. And yes, way to go and just stand up and stick it to the man. That really makes me happy. And just don't fall for the narrative. Like I said, you guys be patient. Let's just see what happens. Justin Fields in the offense, there's a lots of room for improvement. And I think that next week is going to tell us a lot about Arthur Smith and the adjustments that Mike Tomlin and them can make to see where we're going this season.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna just go with, hey, I'm thankful for the win, and we'll take it however we get it. And I'm gonna agree. We don't want to fall for this quarterback bullshit until Justin does what he needs to do. It is what it is. It's a mute point. Russell Wilson is still the best option in my eyes. We'll see what happens. But Justin didn't. It's not all on his feet today, but a lot of it was. But a lot of room to get better, man. So hey, Steelers 1-0. Let's see if we can be division leaders after today's events when the Cleveland shit stains go and lose to the Dallas Cowboys today. So we'll see how that all rolls. All right, Sean, thank you for joining me. We'll talk to you this week again and probably Tuesday. We'll do Tuesday then for Sean, and we'll be joined back up. And until then, we'll be doing our daily uploads, our live shows every night, and we'll just be continuing to pound out content. So thanks, bro. Later, dude.
Thank you so much for having me, Jason. Looking forward to all the content.
All
Aloha.
right,
Take
bro.
care.
See you guys. Bye.